Um, hello, everyone. Welcome to Power Hour. My name is Jennifer Roundtree. I work at Universal Fibers, and I'm part of the Wi-Fi Professional Development Committee, along with several of the folks that we have on today's call. We're pleased to have Athena Walker speaking with us today to talk about the Circle of Personal Perspective. But before we jump in, I want to run through a few quick things on Wi-Fi. Most of you are familiar faces, but for those of you who might be joining us for the first time, just want to remind everybody that Women in Floor Covering Industry is an educational nonprofit whose mission is to attract, educate, and empower women in our industry. We're a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and we have an elected board of directors, which is an amazing group of very diverse women who work in varying sectors and fields within the flooring industry. These women help bring us together and drive our content and our committees. Speaking of committees, things like today's Power Hour, among other things, are organized and arranged by our Professional Development Committee, along with we have Maddie and Lewis on the call who are helping on the technical side and behind the scenes. Thank you to both of you. But these women help bring us together, drive our content. This list is co-chaired by Whitney Legate and today's speaker, Athena Walker. I'm excited to be a part of the committee along with a few of the ladies you'll see on the call today. If you'd like to join one of the committees or have interest in that, please feel free to reach out to one of us, let us know, or visit our website. We want to say a huge thank you to all of our corporate donors listed here. As an educational nonprofit, donations and sponsorships help make Wi-Fi programs free and available to all women in our industry. You do not need to be a member to take advantage of the programs. Pass that along to your colleagues. If you'd like to become an individual or corporate donor, visit our website, or we'll be sharing a QR code at the end of today's session that you can take a pic of or scan and share if you wish. One of these programs that I love that I want to highlight is Wi-Fi's mentor program. Currently, we're in our third cohort of the program. It's about to finish up, and our fourth cohort is about to open up applications to begin at the beginning of 2025. It's an adult to adults program. It's a match for 6 months. It concentrates on professional and personal growth. So stay tuned. We'll be opening up applications in the next few weeks. Another amazing program that Wi-Fi offers is our scholarship program. So we have scholarships available for post-secondary college, trade, tech school, certifications, as well as continuing education scholarships available for women in our industry who want to further their skill set with additional training programs or courses. Earlier this month, Wi-Fi actually announced the latest 6 recipients of our fall round of scholarships. And then they, 2 weeks ago, they announced a special bonus year-end round of scholarships of up to $1,000. These are for use from January to December next year. The deadline for submission is this Wednesday, so October 30th. If you or anyone you work with is a candidate and is looking to further the education or certifications through a course or class or something, now is a great time to apply. Visit our website, okay? Wi-Fi can be found hosting breakout sessions, workshops, panel discussions, stuff like that at different industry events. These are a great time to catch us and with our team and our women and network. A few of these are coming up at the Mohawk Edge Summit in December. If you'll be in Denver, we will also be there for a panel discussion and a happy hour. We'll also be having a few events during TICE in January. If you'll be in Las Vegas, we would love to see you at one of our events that you can join us at. All of these events and programs that I just mentioned can be found on our website, along with our Power Hours. We've made a couple of changes to navigations on the website recently, but you can find all of these things along with a catalog of past recorded Power Hour sessions, all of that stuff, and today's session under the Get Involved tab. So keep an eye out on the site. We actually have Our upcoming Power Hour registration should be available on the webpage very soon. Go ahead and register for that while you're there on the website and share with your colleagues. The session's about going beyond the handshake, and that will take place on November 19th right here on your computer. And finally, I am super excited to introduce today's speaker, a wonderful professional development coach and consultant. Athena is a dedicated professional development coach with a passion for empowering individuals and organizations to reach their full potentials. She has extensive experience in coaching and consulting. Athena specializes in personal and professional growth, leadership, development, strategic planning. Throughout her career, Athena has worked with a diverse range of clients, from emerging professionals to seasoned executives. She helps them navigate challenges and cultivate skills that drive success. Her innovative coaching techniques and tailored programs are designed to inspire transformation and foster growth within teams and individuals. Athena holds a degree in organizational management and has 35 years experience working at a Berkshire Hathaway company in various human resources roles. She specializes in learning and development. She's also a professionally certified coach with which has equipped her with solid foundation, helping others reach their full potential at home and at work. She's committed to lifelong learning and frequently attends workshops and training sessions to stay current on best practices in coaching and professional development. In addition to all of her coaching work, Athena is a sought after speaker and workshop facilitator, sharing her insights and topics such as team dynamics, communication skills, and leadership. Her engaging style and experience and expertise have made her a valuable resource for organizations seeking to enhance their workforce capabilities. I had an opportunity to co-present with Athena at the Beyond Balance conference earlier this year. She's not only a wonderful speaker, but an amazing person to work with. I was very lucky to have had the pleasure to partner with her on a project. When she is not coaching, Athena enjoys hiking and spending some time with her family. She is a true believer in the importance of work-life balance. Amen. She is also active in the women in floor covering industry. I mentioned she's a committee co-chair. She's also one of our board members. And Athena also enjoys working with her local church, using her talents to further impact the community that she lives and works in. So please welcome Athena Walker.
Oh, goodness. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jennifer. And you were a real pleasure to work with as well. Jennifer has very quickly became one of my best friends and favorite people to work with in the world. So dynamic duos, and y'all know that happens all the time within Wi-Fi. So to be a part of this, I mean, you will find somebody, you'll find several somebodies that you'll just instantly connect with. And I can't say enough about the networking, and many of y'all already know that. I'll go ahead and give a quick plug for that mentoring program too. So if you want to know more about that, we'll tell you more at the end. Thank y'all so much for having me. I love this topic, and Jennifer teed it right up to I do very much value and always have a work-life balance as much as is humanly possible. So let's put that caveat in there. We don't want any um, unexpected or unrealistic expectations from ourselves. All we want is a balance that works for you. So, what might work for Jennifer? What might work for Andrea? What might work for Laura may be very different than what works for me, and also at your time and your stage in life. My life is very different now. I retired, so to speak, or semi retired in March, but I wasn't done yet. So that's when I started really pursuing this coaching certification. I also have two precious grandchildren, and my goal now is to work on my time. So, as much as I possibly can do that, that's what I'm going to try to do. And that is the balance that I want to create. So, Jennifer, if you'll go to the next slide. This is something that I very much would use in a coaching session. So when people come to have a coach, it can be for personal, it can be for professional, but we always say it is the whole person. You don't you don't come to work and leave your home life behind. No one can really do that. We may give it our best shot, but it's still back here in our mind, right? And if something is wrong at home, it's going to show up within our daily lives and vice versa. We take things home. And I feel like more often we probably take more things home than we bring to work. But the whole idea is to really try to have some sort of a balance within all of these different areas of our life. And remember, that balance is your individual balance. Let's look at these different areas. We have our professional lives. There's all kinds of things within that. We could take just that one and break it out, which we'll also do in just a moment. But if we look at our professional life, and then you've got your finances, you've got your wellness. We want to be healthy and happy. There's that spiritual part that's extremely important to many of us. Your emotional well being, that has gotten to be quite a big topic and a big deal, especially since COVID, but it always has been. We should have never been ignoring it. It's just really come to the surface now, and we're finally paying attention to that. And then the most important thing to every single one of us is our relationships and our relationships within our entire life, at work, at home, in our communities, wherever that is. So I want you to keep those in mind. Okay, I'm going to give you two kind of different choices here as we go. So look at those. If you can, go ahead and try to jot those down real quick. Now, we're also going to take a spin, and Jennifer, if you'll just go to the next one, and we'll go back so you can see those topics. And maybe we can, Andrea, if you can just kind of put the topics in the chat, if that's okay. So let's go one more. Let's just go one more real quick, and then I'll have you go back, Jennifer. So I want to talk about the other one. Let's see. Did we do the? Okay, Andrea said no, we didn't do it. Okay, we talked about it, and that's my fault. So I'm sorry. Okay, we'll just stick with this one. All right, so go back one more slide for me. Sorry about that, y'all. Okay. All right, so we're going to break this out. Here's what I want you to do. Is if you can, I want you to draw that. Just draw a circle. Put a line down the middle and then do an X, just like this. It's the best way to do it. Do a circle best you can, put a line down the middle, do an X. Now, if you're in the car right now or you're not where you can actually draw this, I just want you to imagine these topics in your head right now. Now, I want you to label each one of those areas, like this is right here, if you can see it. And I'm not sure how good that shows up on here because I do have a background going. I think it works when it's close to you, doesn't it? But I want you to label each one of those. Do professional, financial, wellness, spiritual, emotional, and relationships. Also, in the chat, if you'll notice, there is a link to this chart, but you're welcome to try to use that now. You may not have access to a printer. You maybe can just look at it, or you certainly have it for later. And I do highly encourage you to put some more thought into this, even after this hour has gone by. Okay, so if you have your chart ready, just do a thumbs up for us. All right, and you can use, if we can't see, there you go, yeah. Use your icon or put it up in there. because we can't see everybody. Okay, perfect. Now, here's what I'd like for you to do. I want you to self-score each one of those areas from 0, meaning I have no satisfaction in this area. This is an area that I'm very much lacking in, all the way to a 10, which is I'm blowing this one out of the park. Like I am all over this one. Maybe you're a person who is very adamant about going to the gym or getting that exercise in, and you do it like clockwork. You're doing it 3 days a week. You're doing it every day. You go on a walk, whatever that looks like. And to you, whatever that looks like, it is a 10. But maybe in another area that you're looking at, that could be financial, could be a 5, like you're not quite where you want to be, or you're not saving in an area that you'd really love to be saving in right now. Maybe that's a little off balance. It could be something where, you'd love to have a promotion and that's affecting your financial. And those can kind of fall in both of the areas. Looking into your professional life, how do you feel there? Are you exactly where you want to be and you're totally happy and committed to that job? That would be a 9 or a 10. Or maybe you're not quite there. You're not loving it. Um, you're not satisfied. You're not getting out of it what you would love to be getting out of it. You're not growing and you're not learning. That could be way down in the 2s or 3s area. Now remember, this is your own scale. Nobody is judging this but you. Okay, when you've got that ready, give us another thumbs up. All right, looking good. Looking great. We'll give you about 30 more seconds for those of you still thinking on it. Wonderful. We still got these coming in. Okay, perfect. Okay, Miss Jennifer, if you don't mind going to the next slide. All right, we don't want to freak you out. And I know a lot of times you get on these calls and you're like, oh no, a breakout. Oh no, I know how you feel. I'm the same way when I get on some of these. I'm like, oh, I don't feel like a breakout today. But we are going to put you in groups of 3. And now one of you can decide to be the silent observer, but you can definitely give your feedback, right? Of course you can. And we also want you to speak up as well. So we want to give each person time to choose their 2 or 3 areas that you personally would like to focus on. Now, I want to give this caveat. It does not have to be the area with the lowest score. It just needs to be an area where you would like improvement. It could be as high as an 8, but you're saying, I want this to be a 10. At this stage in my life, I'd like for this particular area to be higher. So I want you to just choose 2 or 3 of those right now. So get those kind of in your head. Which 2 to 3 do you want to choose to work on? Which one could you use a little more balance around? A little improvement. When you've got your 2 to 3 areas, give us another thumbs up. Most of the time we instantly know, don't we? I know I do. All right, perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, I will share mine with you. So mine is wellness and spiritual, and I always want to grow in my spiritual growth, no matter what that looks like. That's just an area I don't think I'll ever get to a 10 until I get up there, right? So that's something I'm always working on. And the other is wellness. I always want to do better there too. I'm not picture perfect. I have good weeks, then I have a bad week. Y'all know how that is, the ups and downs. But those would be the two in particular that I want to work with. And right now I really do feel like everything else in my life that I am satisfied with. So I hope you've got your 2 to 3. And then what we're going to do, okay, so we're going to go into your breakout rooms. It's going to randomly choose the people. I'd like for y'all to just quickly introduce yourself, and then we're going to put some time on the clock for y'all each to talk through this. And here's what I'd like for you to do. So Jennifer, if you'll go to the next slide, I want you to ask these coaching questions. So if you came to me and you said, Athena, I don't have balance in these areas, and for the life of me, I just can't seem to get it and I need some help. We would take a deeper dive by asking these questions. So you really kind of want to get to the why and get to the heart of things. And once you do that, and only then can you start to make a path forward for improvement in those areas. And sometimes through coaching, you even change your mind about the one that you wanted to work on. But for now, we're going to keep those 2 or 3 that you had. So when you get in to your room, I want one of you, and y'all decide, to be the coach. So you'll ask some questions, and another one to be the coachee. So you will be coached, and then the third person can be an observer to start. Now, once you've asked those 3 questions of that person, then I want you to switch to somebody else. So you just switch the roles and y'all decide, and you'll do that until you get through all 3 people. So these are the questions. What made you choose this particular area to discuss? So what is it about your financial status? And you don't have to get too personal. That's completely up to you. Which area is it? Is it your savings? Is it just your general, having enough spending money? Just a little bit of specifics around that. Is it your 401k? Maybe it's saving for the future. But get specific on that. Just at least, what areas that you're really, when it comes to financial, wanting to look at. And if that's wellness, what about wellness is it? Do you have certain goals? Is it to lose weight or just to be healthy? Or what does that lower a number, a cholesterol number or something like that? Then the next question, after you dive into both of those, your 2 to 3 topics, so question number 1, you can take one at a time if you want to. What would an improvement in that area look like? So if you were to improve your financial area, what would that look like? Would you have more in savings? How much more? And percentage wise, 10% more, 50% more? How much more? What would that look like for your 401k? Up at a couple of percentage points? How will you know, in other words, how will you know that you've made an improvement in that area? What would that look like? And then number 3, what have you tried to do to move forward in that area? What have you tried so far? What worked? What hasn't worked? Where do you think you're getting stuck? So that's the third one. Just what have you tried? Now, this is an important rule. for those of you asking the questions, we're not giving advice to anybody. We're just listening. We're taking it in. We're asking the questions. Asking questions is a powerful, powerful part of communication. And when we ask questions of other people, it really helps the person you're asking think much deeper about that. People usually have the answers within them themselves. It's just trying to help them get unstuck and bring those things forward. So it's hard. I'm going to tell you that it's hard to not give advice. And we don't want to do that. We just want to hear this out from each person and actively listen to what they're saying. Now, if you want to follow it up with another question, that's perfectly fine. Make sure your question is not just a yes or no question. Make sure it's open-ended. So you're getting a little bit of coaching practice here too. No yes or no questions. Make sure they're open-ended. Okay, before we break out, what questions do you have? Okay, perfect. If you do it anytime, put them in the chat. We'll be able to see it. We'll check on you. And how much time are we giving them?
Maybe let's just do like 10 or 12 minutes altogether.
All right, let's go for 12. Let's do 12 minutes on the clock. We'll check on y'all and we'll give you fair warning before we rip you back into the session, okay? All right. How was your session? Thumbs up. Did anybody shed any tears? We can be open on this call. Sometimes we do. Yeah. Sometimes we do. We're like, oh, I just need to talk about this. And that is perfectly fine. So we had one person who got stuck with us, so to speak. And we had a great conversation too, just kind of working through some things. And most of the time, as women, we're just harder on ourselves, aren't we? But you can make improvements even in small increments. It's just taking that first step to commit and to do it. And an accountability partner is sometimes what we need as well. So, Jennifer, if you want to go to the next slide, I know we've only got about 3 minutes. These always go so fast. But listen, if these are an area of your life that you've been talking about that is so important to you that you are saying, I have got to do something about this. I just do. If I'm going to move forward and I'm very serious about it, then I want you to give me a call. You can email me there, and I would love to talk to you further about it. We can talk about next steps. We can just have a consulting call, whatever you would love to do that would help you. So I'm opening that up. And so please, if you are serious about it, I would love to help you accomplish and reach those goals that you're working on to have more of that life balance for you. Thank y'all so much. I'm going to turn it back over to Jennifer.
Thank you, Athena. So if anyone would like to work with Athena, 10 out of 10, highly recommend. Please reach out to her. Her contact information should be on the screen. A few more quickie things to wrap up. Feedback survey. We would love, love, love to hear your feedback from today's session. Topic point, was it on point? Is it something that's, really valuable? I'm assuming so. That's why you joined the call today. If you have any comments or feedback, this really helps our professional development committee to curate sessions for the Power Hours. So scan this and let us know. If you have any comments or feedback. I mentioned earlier about if you want to become a corporate or individual donor, scan this, share this. And we are on social media. Follow us on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook. Keep up to date with what we have going on. It's announcements and stuff. We have a lot of a lot of stuff that's coming up that we're going to be announcing. So please, we'd love to have you follow us, and so that you're aware of what we have going on. So again, thank you so much to everyone for joining us. If you have any comments, questions, you can throw them in the chat before we depart. Thank you again, Athena, Andrea, to the committee that helped put this together. And thank you for spending your lunch hour with us. So
It was my pleasure. Thank y'all. Have a
thank you.
great rest of your afternoon.